time, 24 hours a day, on your smart device and online.
Who are you?
Hello, next episode to Who's the Band for Hastings Rock Radio, and we're here with Ollie and Riz from Aircooled. And I think it's probably the first time I'm a bit nervous because I really like you guys. And,
That's nice.
yeah,
We've probably been to every gig they've done locally anyway.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be nervous
You're
then.
always described as like this super band. So yeah. Why? How did you get here? Why are you where you are? Who you're with? In St Leonard's.
I think I don't. Yeah, I mean, Riz, you've been here about 10 years. I've been here about 15. Justin's somewhere in there as well.
Sort of after us.
Justin and Mew came a bit after us, and Catherine was born and bred. But we've all been in bands like forever, different bands and stuff. I'm sure like most bands a bit like that. Justin was in Elastica. I think he was like the first drummer in Suede, so he's got a long pedigree. Catherine was in The Wedding Present, played with the Velveteen and all sorts of people as well.
I started off in the electronic world, so I was more of an electronic musician. So I had my own. I was signed to Ninja Tune for a long time, and then I also did some work with Future Sound in London. So I cut my teeth working with Future Sound in London. I used to work in a studio in Dollars Hill, weirdly enough, where Suede used to come and rehearse. So there's a weird kind of connection.
There are lots of connections. The more you do this, the more you realise we're all connected.
Yeah.
I'm the least successful of all of us.
That's not true, Ollie.
I don't have quite the same pedigree, but But the thing is, we're all mates first, really. Do you know what I mean? We did the first Aircooled show just for fun, just for something to do on a Saturday afternoon. And Riz was going to get up and sing one song with us. Couldn't get her off the stage.
And there she still is.
Exactly. No, but it was not the point. My point being, it wasn't planned.
So where do you go from there then, with all that history?
Well, the good thing about that history is it makes us sort of kind of well connected. So the what was it, like the 9th gig we did or something was supporting Suede, and that's because Justin has a connection, and and so it's been quite quick to get to a good position because of those connections. There's no point in pretending it isn't like that,
But I think the other thing is that we've all kind of not done the rounds, but we've been through that whole thing of being other artists in other kind of spheres, and I think coming together there, it's been a real sort of joyous event because we're all friends, we all get on, and whenever we go on tour, we do nothing but laugh. And that's such a joyous environment to be in. I've done lots of tours all over the world, often being the only female on the tour bus. So that's a very different experience, even though everybody I was touring with were really lovely. So, but with us, it's just very natural. There is no kind of ego. We've kind of been through those.
I don't think anybody's got anything to prove.
No, we haven't.
It doesn't.
I think and it's fun, and I think that's probably why we've had so much fun doing it. I think that's for me what it's about.
It's always a good laugh.
Oh, I think you can tell. I mean, you can tell when you're on stage. You love it, and I think that's a good thing. It comes across, for the audience. Everyone enjoys it just as much because you can tell you love doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
so.
And it's a very safe environment. I mean, that's quite a pertinent thing to say right now, particularly as a woman in music and stuff. I think it's a really important thing that women are able to feel safe and not feel like they're this kind of added appendage because they look a certain way. And I think for me that's really important.
Well, that's
and the girls out there with the boys in the
yes,
they
do. That's right.
But you do always look fabulous. I mean, the outfits you wear,
they're
quite spectacular.
I have a very good friend who's helped me make all the costumes, so I feel very blessed. It's been great. And it gives me opportunities to kind of wear.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great.
So is there usually what I ask is who do you want to go and tour with? Who would be your number one band you'd want to go? Is there such thing anymore, or have you done it all?
I I don't know. I mean, I don't know. LCD sound system would probably be my vote, but frankly, there's we've done Suede and Jesus Mary Chain. We did the Wonder Stuff the other day and so on, and they're all bands that've been around a while, and I guess I was sort of, a few years ago I might have been slightly snooty about it being kind of nostalgia or something, but actually they're really great. All those bands are amazing live. They've been doing it a long time. They should be, you know what I mean? So I'm quite happy to do any. I would never have put us with the Wonder Stuff, for instance, but it was a really good fit. Everybody had a good time in that room.
I think we maybe got a few extra fans.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think I don't think I'd rule anybody out really. It's we seem to do okay wherever we go.
And we did a few shows with His Lordship, who I really like.
Yeah,
and we're very poles apart, but it worked. Really
yeah,
well,
absolutely,
so,
totally. I think there's I mean, dare I say it, I think our audience tends to be a slightly older audience, our age, etc., rather than kids. And I just think that audiences these days seem more open to anything. There's no the factionalism that would have been important to us as teenagers seems to have disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, how do you describe yourself? I mean, trying to explain to someone what you do, I don't know, it's impossible.
There's a lot of influences. Obviously, I think we all bring something to the mix. Electronic. There's a bit of, krautrock, a bit of kind of, lots of references to bands and other music.
Exactly. I think that at first there was a really obvious kind of, the German stuff, the Neu and those things were, that was very clear that was in there. But I don't think anybody has felt constrained by that. So we very quickly kind of started getting these kind of funky disco elements in. All we're doing is making music that we enjoy making. I mean, the new stuff, there's one that sounds more like Fleetwood Mac than anything else. And then there's that Turkish sounding one.
Yeah, I'm a big lover of Turkish psych music, so I asked Ollie if he could try and maybe do something, and he did, and it was great fun.
And I don't think that there's any reason to shy away from any influence. It could go anywhere.
I think then we just bring it to the table and everybody adds their own personal kind of element to it, and that's why it works, I think.
So how do you write songs? Is there one that
we all put
starts
stuff
it
in
off,
the pot, yeah, someone puts something forward and then we all go into the studio and kind of put our own kind of, slant on it, which is great.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's nobody in charge here.
No one the sensible one or anything like
Not
that?
really. Well, I mean, it depends. See, Riz has kind of recently taken on the job of tour managing and that kind of thing. So there are certain jobs that now naturally drift your way.
Booking hotels.
And you're the one that books hotels, so you have to have a certain sensible head on occasionally.
I think I am probably the sensible one in that respect.
Yeah. Today I'm catering.
So I think we all muck in, and I think that's part of it when you're just a touring band. That we just get in the van and go. So, obviously Justin has the van, so that helps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's transport.
Are you the driver though? Or?
We
they have them to drive.
Mostly me and Justin.
I have
You've
driven
as well.
driven.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem.
No.
I don't mind driving. It's quite fun being in a van behind the wheel.
Yeah.
You feel quite powerful. I do.
Yeah, I love it.
So what's next? What's planned for the next year or so?
New music already. We've already started working on a new album. So that's kind of, we've got 3 or 4 tracks, haven't we? Quite a lot.
I think yes.
Ideas.
So that's the album then, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
I know.
Tracks.
I think these might be slightly.
Yeah. Well, look. No, the first one was 4 tracks.
This one was 6.
Second one was 6. I
So
think
maybe
we
the
might.
next would be 8.
You never know. I don't think so.
It wouldn't be. It would be a double album then.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
To do it as a double final.
Yeah.
which would be nice.
I reckon. Yeah.
Gatefold.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But there's stuff happening. We're working on it already. I think the idea this time was to, all the other things we've done, we kind of wrote and recorded, almost like writing it as you record it and arranging it as you record it in the studio. But I think the plan this time is to come up with some stuff and then sort of try and shape it a bit in rehearsal, and then maybe go and gig those things before we record them. Because everything that we play live is now kind of different to the way we recorded it. You know, they found their feet out on stage. You know, so I think we're going to try it that way around this time.
The other way round.
Yeah.
What do you listen to in your spare time? What's
Oh,
your go-to?
All sorts. It's interesting. I don't know, what have I been listening to recently? Well, I have to say one of my favourite albums of the year is Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. I mean, I'm a huge fan of her anyway. I think she's an absolute genius and, you know, a very powerful, interesting woman. I've always liked her stuff. Particularly where she's kind of been a bit more experimental, like Lemonade and stuff. But there's a band called Glass Beams who are on Ninja Tune, who are quite... They've got lots of elements of kind of ethnic... I think they're all from an Asian background, but from Australia, so I really like them. So I'm very influenced by a lot of kind of world music. I saw El-Cat here a few months ago, and they were amazing. So I love that kind of crossover from different kind of, you know, communities and different ethnicities. I think it's really important. So I'm open to lots of music. So
I'm co-own a record shop at the Delaware Pavilion, so I listening to stuff all day. Which means that actually these days at home I don't listen to very much. I'm in this. I sound terrible. I listen to my own music. I work on music. So outside of the shop, I actually don't put music on very much these days. But I try and keep up with everything that's going on because I've got to sell it to people, you know. So I like the new Kim Deal record, and I like the new Father John Misty record. But there are, I mean, I even like the new White Denim. There are loads of things.
I think my favourite album is Beak.
The Beak record this year was fantastic.
I saw them in Brighton last month, and they were amazing. So
I forget what's come out. You know, it's constantly sort of moving on to see what the next thing is because, as I say, because I've got the shop, so I forget. I have to look back and see what's been released throughout the year. But yeah, there's loads of good music being released.
There is too much.
When you go on stage, do you still get nervous?
Always. If
Yeah.
I wasn't nervous, I'd be worried. You know, back in the day, I'd be in the toilet, probably throwing up when I first started. But you know, once you get through the first song, it's always like, you know, you can relax then. But I think, you know, as I said before, I think being in this band, it's a very easy, warm atmosphere up there, and so, you know.
Yeah.
And
just
there
a
are
gang
no
on
mistakes.
stage, isn't it?
100%.
It's fun.
Yeah, we have fun, so yeah.
We're good, are we?
Yeah, yeah.
Anything you want to say or anything you want to throw out there?
This is for Hastings Rock, right?
It's Hastings Rock, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that I think it's an amazing time for music in Hastings. And I don't think it always was. I mean, I know there have been bands from here over the years, you know, that have done well and stuff. But it struck me that when I first moved here about 15 years ago, that it didn't feel like there was a scene. The people that were being successful were sort of being successful elsewhere, and you almost didn't know about it. But then suddenly, there's loads of people making really good music, all at the same time. And there are, I mean...
And all different.
All different. You know, the obvious ones would be Kikapichi, Hot Wax, but there must be 10 properly viable bands going at the moment, and probably more for all I know. You know, I don't get out there enough probably, but I think last night was sold out with Murderers Optimists, and you know, that's amazing. It's really hard to sell tickets to live events at the moment. It's notoriously hard across the whole country, probably across the world. And to be selling out things here like that, that's fantastic, you know. I think we've got a really brilliant, healthy scene here, and it's good to be part of that, I think.
Okay, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you,
Cheers.
And enjoy your gig.
Thank you.